all protest our innocence? According to my own uncertain and perhaps humorsome conjectures, there is this light in me which has made me a witch according to the best opinions of my countrymen, though I be in myself a most fair and harmless woman.
If you will take Mr. Stevens and Mr. Shine in the large, not portion, I think you will find that they're the same as these two individuals. There's nothing else different in the picture. Sure, this individual here has been left off. No, that's not a change. I don't think there's any change in the two individuals, no.
With lively features have mighty and glorious kingdoms been revealed to me. With the most apish imitation have places and times foreign to all good women, pressed upon my own memory in a sensible and visible manner. A woman who remembers the future, prevails now in the past.
Well, I don't think there's been any testimony by anyone in this proceedings that there was a change made of the photographic appearance of the Secretary of the Army and Mr. Shine as event. I didn't say that. Well, I mean, you know if there's been any change with the two pictures there in front of you. I don't think I'm no photographer, but I don't think there's been a change.
Although this intercourse with the future has taken me against my will, we must accept that there are most lamentable impressions which the devil makes upon the souls of men. We must confess now, or the devil will put an ill woman upon being worse.
I wasn't asked for it, and I didn't do it, and I think that's right. You were asked for something different from the thing that hung on Shine's wall. I never knew what hung on Shine's wall. You know what hung on Shine's wall, and that was given it to you, sir. I did not know what hung on Shine's wall.
I would weep, but a witch cannot. The devil, for his own captious and subversive purpose, may allow a witch to weep.
believe this to be evidence of a great contradiction of opinions at the end of time.
There is a harmony among God's worlds, and what is in one is reflected invisibly in every part of every other.
Everything was opposed by something else in total destruction.
Of cantrips, invocations, sabbats, and conjurations, I know nothing. But I know the future, and am wretched. A knowledge that is a red-hot iron fetched from hell.
Twist has been taken out. Take that twist when extra twist has been added. Somewhere near the end of time. Gather opinions from those who participate and those who watch. A final contest that allows everyone to take sides and everything to depend on it. The opinion.
I know this woman as well as I know my own body, though she be 1,000 miles and 300 years away. Her patience and desire could alter the course of history. Her love and desire could destroy a great warrior and sinner. Additional rooms appear from the future. A CIA set this woman's love as a trap. In their wrath, they will provide a lodging for the devil.
Open and shut. Take part. Desire says she wants everything inside and spent. Nothing outside. Outside, everything is foreign and strange. Firm and stubborn. Spend and buy from us. Take it in. Make it pliable, obscure.
And there are witnesses that carry their own light and see what they will.
Keep everything outside where it is, where it can be watched. Ask a witness. Is everything as said? Isn't it fantastic that the elevator operator who spent his days running the elevator up and down was also in interstate commerce? This is not obvious. Neither buy nor sell. Stay the same.
The world sells to desire with enthusiasm, insists, then withdraws, grows stubborn, and returns again and again. One world rejuvenated indefinitely, or many worlds at once. It's all the same. Buying and selling is the soul.
Observation is the body of the community.
John Kennedy will learn to know that the world turns between witness and desire. The world would exist in eternal return if not for the intervention of blood and fire.
Under the conditions of total destruction, some high percentage of the population is going to be nauseated, and nausea is very catchy. If one man vomits, everybody vomits. It would not be surprising if almost everybody vomits. Morale may be so affected that many survivors refuse to buy products from aggressive young companies responding to the changing market conditions and will content themselves with sitting down and waiting to die. Some may even become depressed.
Some may become obsessed with total destruction and ignore the way other people are conducting themselves. However, the situation could be quite different if radiation meters were distributed. Assume now that a man gets sick from a cause other than radiation. Not believing this, his interest begins to drop. You look at his meter and say, "Why are you vomiting?" Pull yourself together and watch.
A voice from another world comes close. He sits at my bedside and reads to me like a drowsy friend. Each of his words is as clear as rain, but so many worlds crowd into so few words and darken the sense.
Her mother died insane with numberless men. Her mother's father died insane with numberless men. Her mother's grandmother died insane with numberless men. Her mother's brother killed himself with numberless men. Numberless men died insane.
He also knows the woman and has sent this message to me.
Shopping bags, nuclear weapons effects, opinions, and dire predictions from the anti-communist radio church.
The passage from Babylon to New Jerusalem is along a road hotly contested by stinging serpents. Wild beasts lurk on every side and rush in upon us with grievous molestations. The way is marked with the devil's 7 epidemical desolations.
A recent headline: Wars.
During the past 1900 years, only a very small proportion have proved loyal under the test.
Rumors of wars.
Keep secrets that they will sell anything to know.
Don't let secrets pervert our thinking and undermine our freedom. Don't draw strength from deceit, hypocrisy, stealth, sham, trickery, mass terrorism, broken treaties, infiltration, subversion, sabotage, genocide, purges, assassinations, slave labor camps, or other commercial enterprises. Be eternally vigilant. Remember, they are all salesmen. Even when on the radio, television, or elsewhere, a melodious tune is designed to contradict independent thought. They are imperfect.
Why should they be? The imperfect is union with others and find happiness.
The imperfect seek forgetfulness that destroys character.
False adultery.
Many witnesses, because it was anything but. They sold their asses and they bought other people's asses with the money. Nobody's ass was his own.
They collected scraps of harmless information and molded it into incriminating evidence.
Glad should I have been had I never known the name of this man. John Kennedy, a warrior and a sinner. Or had not by any mad visibleness this abominable knowledge contributed to the widening of breaches with my countrymen or my soul.
They tormented one another with ridiculous opinions and lame-brained warnings.
Kennedy in a motel on Commerce Street. He will be a CIA agent. He will know, if he lives, that her temptation will not be resisted. A great man has a great lust. The confusion of his lust will be channeled by his enemies to the destruction of justice.
What can we do with the banking further? What can we do with the banking further? What can we do with the banking further? Early in the morning.
The last headline, men laughed at death. Men laughed at my death.
What is this? Some kind of a drill?
These last days will be no joke, favored little ones. Take out twist when extra twist has been added to opinions.
Keep quiet so he can listen to our listening. Stop singing.
What can you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Ask him if he knows the types of explosion. Let him lie prone and hold on to structure. Teach him about hands to face evasion and decontamination.
Don't be alarmed.
As when a man who is awake thinks that he is a beast and must associate with beasts, the exterior senses may be deluded, and I am witness to impressions both as real and as furious as if the invisible world were becoming incarnate. This message is from the future.
Mood burns out modern commerce.
John Kennedy will leave behind the seed of destruction in Vietnam.
We know who's not fit to wear that uniform, but who's responsible?
John Kennedy will know that Lyndon Johnson is forcefully committed to justice.
They elected the hero and are now ready to burn the numerous bridges. At last.
This man, Lyndon Baines Johnson, wears a tiny gold ring in his ear, the mark of a very sensitive man who will kill tens of thousands by oversight. John Kennedy knew that the flower of justice must be rooted in the blood of his own martyrdom.
They are responsible. Them. No more will we ridiculed by agents, stooges, Time magazine, and sympathizers, and within 2 years die in a mental institution. Never again will we be required to say, I want a chicken, let me charge 35 cents for pressing a pair of men's trousers. We know we've been in the presence of nerve gas.
They think a burn differs from other wounds only in being very wide and very shallow. But I think a burn is expensive.
Locate the fire.
Fire in firepower does not only refer to a flame or something that burns.
Firepower also means all those methods and devices that deliver death and destruction to the humanist enemy.
Therefore, locating the fire is usually the first job of the fire party. When a fire cannot be located, one will be started immediately. Many noxious agents inflict burns. Hot flame, hot liquids, hot gases, hot electricity, hot radiation, and hot openings. All too expensive.
The burning.
As far as the burn itself is concerned, only two varieties need to be considered: a partial loss and complete loss, superficial and complete.
This is complete.
The devil's body is inspirited air, partaking of some of the properties of earth, like a sailor in a ship moved by a deafening wind. The sailor, Lieutenant John Kennedy, will love Dallas. On that dark night, in a roiling sea, when the inscrutable Japanese run over his PT boat, a young sailor from Dallas will give up his life. As the soggy and squashed ensign dies in the arms of the lieutenant that loves him, the boy will say, "Lieutenant, sir, I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not blaming you for getting our boat run over by a larger and slower ship, but I hate to die knowing that Dallas is not living up to its potential as a center of humanitarian justice." John Kennedy will ask how Dallas might be saved. A drowned sailor will tell him that Dallas' benevolent spirit is concealed by the mindless fraud of right-wing language. The mongers of hate language in Dallas conceal even from themselves the depth of their love. They will repeat endlessly,
Somebody ought to kill that son of a bitch.
when the name John Kennedy is spoken in the boardroom, the bar, the strip joint, the golf course, or the barber shop. The speaker repeats,
Somebody ought to kill that son of a bitch.
so deafening a wind is taken as truth, of course.
Somebody ought to kill that son of a bitch.
John Kennedy will arrange to be murdered on the doorstep of the city of Dallas. His wife has pieces of his skull in her hand and brains on her Chanel suit. Good people everywhere will call for blood vengeance on the loud city, and the people of Dallas will say, "Wait a minute, boys, we didn't do it. We didn't mean it. Yes, we said somebody ought to kill that son of a bitch, but it was just a figure of speech, a hyperbole, a trope." Language makes its presence known in Dallas. John Kennedy willingly gives his life to bring Dallas to its senses. The loud-voiced Dallas is silenced by the tragedy. In the quiet from the grave, Dallas hears the goodness in her heart at last and rises to its potential as a center of humanitarian justice. John Kennedy knew that the fragments must stay apart.
Falling mourns and fades away, watching languishes and fades away. The inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few are left to have opinions.
Newspapers, umbrella, skirts, Jesus, ladies' underwear, uniforms, and bridges.
John Kennedy will fashion his own assassination, knowing in confounding anguish that he lacks the political skill to fashion justice. He will arrange that the guilt will be distributed universally and everyone will be implicated. Out of that guilt will emerge a new America. What other explanation can there be for guilt radiating from the assassination like rays from a sun, if the sun itself were not the source? The assassinated president is himself the deviser of the conspiracy. The Blood Angels. The anti-Castro Cubans, the pro-Castro Cubans, the CIA, the FBI, the international leftist fringe, the mob, and the patsy Oswald flush the guilt into all the dark underground passages. The eyes of angels are painted eyes.
And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Death was summoned here. His shoes are always tied, his trousers zipped and ready. The idol of further progress broken. I was set over the shattered earth with the rod of infinite patience, to measure and know the fragments stay.